My name is Anneshia Freeman, and my company is Anneshia Freeman and Associates Consulting Services. And our motto is we address cause and effect simultaneously. A concept entitled TheraVision, which is therapy and supervision together. If you notice, I have an MBA and an MSW, so I have credentials for the business world, and I am a master's level therapist. And I noticed in my work, because I specialize in cognitive restructuring and resocialization. So cognitive restructuring is just a fancy term for I help people change the way they've been programmed to think. But in a lot of cases, the beliefs that are causing this ongoing dysfunction in people's lives are unconscious. So I specialize in introducing people to dysfunctional unconscious beliefs that impact them in their personal and professional lives, because I started noticing how these issues or lies, we use the terms interchangeably, and I'll show you a slide in a moment with the definition for lies and issues. I started noticing how these issues were affecting people not only at home, but also in the workplace. So I created TheraVision, and I'll define that term. Most of these unconscious issues that cause people to engage in dysfunctional behaviors repeatedly despite the consequences are totally antithetical to what we consciously know. A lot of times when I first started introducing the concept of TheraVision and my unaddressed issues affect my work into the professional venues, people were like, Anneshia, people should not bring their issues into the workplace. Well, you're shooting on your company. You're shooting on your company. And now I understand what they mean to a certain degree. Okay, so I know that, like, when you say good morning to someone at work, you're not looking for them to say, when you say good morning, how are you doing? You're not really, it's really almost a rhetorical question to a certain degree. You don't want them to say, well, it all started when I was 3. That's when I first started noticing my family was dysfunctional. So to that extreme, I do understand that people need to take care of their issues in private and in their private life. They need to consult with a therapist. But that could be an unrealistic expectation, too, that people should not bring their issues into the workplace, because people are human beings. I know that's some brand new information for you, but people are human beings, and human beings have issues, and issues don't stay in the car when you arrive at work. It would be nice if all of our unaddressed issues stayed in the car. It'd be nice if you suffer with the issue, blame others for your actions. It would be nice if that issue would say, you know what, I'm going to stay in the car, Anneshia. You go and do your job for 8 hours, be very professional, make a good impression, accept responsibility for your mistakes, and then when you get done, I'll be out here, and then we can go home and blame others for your actions. It would be nice, but it doesn't work like that. So what if someone could say, hello, my name is Lisa. I have the issue don't make waves, which means I have an internal mute button that can be activated by certain facial expressions, certain vocal tones, and a particular body language. We don't expect Lisa to come to work saying that out loud unless she's in a TheraVision session facilitated by someone I've trained. She can say it to herself, so she can deactivate and get all her tools ready before she go to work. But what if Lisa doesn't have this information, and what if she is a supervisor or a manager? This is a horrific issue for anyone to have, but it is really deadly for a company to have a person in management who suffers with a don't make wave issue, because they will make decisions, and this is unconscious. They will make decisions that will cause the least amount of waves with the least number of people, but that may not be in the best interest of the company. In fact, they may need to make a tsunami to protect the company, or to take the company to be stealing from oneself and not realize something is missing. Okay, so listen, a lot of times companies, they think they're making a lot of money, and they are making a lot of money, but half of their money may be missing because they have people in customer service who struggle with these dysfunctional unconscious beliefs. I have dealt with customer service where people act like I'm stupid because I ask them a question that they being paid to tell way people steal from themselves. Some of these lies make people give out too much information. Like, you don't need your management or even your entry-level people going around giving out confidential, sensitive information to your competitor. But some of these issues make people, when they get triggered, people in the alarm state, they don't even think. They just start obeying the directives of the lie. These issues, you have to prove yourself to others. You're stupid to make you give out, because all somebody got to do is roll their eyes at you when you make a comment. They'll trigger you stupid, or they'll trigger you have to prove yourself to others. Now you got somebody sitting at a meeting somewhere giving out all y'all information, your company's information. Your competitor is sitting there taking good notes. What about these issues? There are issues and lies that tie up staff meetings and hinder productivity. This criticize and complain, but don't seek solutions is a number one thief at meetings. Man, I say it just bothers me. You need to sign hate hanging on the wall. Then you got one person at the staff meeting criticizing, complaining, but don't seek solutions. In fact, the person get mad when somebody interrupts them with a solution. They get mad, shut that person down, and start talking about the problem from another angle. Then you got somebody across the table from them talking very profoundly about the problem. They've been talking very profoundly about that problem for the last 3 years, but they have not taken any action to change anything, or they haven't offered any solution that's action-based. They just like to talk very profoundly. They done quoted John, they done quoted Maxwell, they done quoted Freud, they done quoted 3 Bible verses, all sorts of things, but the meeting is unproductive because there are lies that find is actually an eclectic approach. I just brought together the best of the best. And because I have an MBA, I know how to apply all this information to the business world. Okay? I have program books, I have workbooks, I have program manuals. You have to be a therapist to get access to these two. It's a 5-day training. But these are information that I have, workbooks that I have created for the general public. I have 4 sets of 100 life truth cards. One set is strictly how these lies affect you professionally, okay? And so you can actually bring me in. I can tell you how I came up with my list and the workbook, and because it was over 10 years of development, but before I came up and lots of assessment, it was way more than 300 or 500. We're up to like about 1,000 formative years assessment now, where I kept seeing the same issues over and over again. That's how I got my list of the 100 most commonly seen victim lies and the 100 most commonly seen villain lies. And here's an example of one of the cards. Don't make waves. This is how it looks on the front. I would explain what all these different components on the cards are. And then this is the back of the issue card for the secular audience, just general, how the lie, don't make waves, affect you in your life. But then I got a card, looks the same on the front, but it's different on the back for professionals, because I say exactly how the lie, don't make waves, affect people professionally. I actually put 6 examples up on LinkedIn. So if you can go to my LinkedIn profile and scroll down some of my posts, you will see 6 examples of these issues and how they affect you at work. And what I put in the material, the functional belief, I put on the back to help people deactivate. So there's other ones there. I can consult with your organization or your company. I can do 1-day training, 2-day training, short-term consulting, 1 to 6 months. Long-term consulting. I've been consulting with Michigan Youth Challenge Academy for the last 4 years. I consulted with Kent County 51st District Court from 2004 to 2015. They still use my program. I just trained 2 other therapists to take over, where I can custom design some workshops or trainings for your organization to specifically based on problems and dysfunctions that you're having. I have had people fly people in to work with me when I was in Grand Rapids, and I had my counseling site. People would fly people in, put them up in a hotel for a week, and have them come to my office for intense work for a week, and they went back different after a week with me. Or I've had people fly me in and have me work short term and intensely with some of their top key people who were operating out of dysfunction and that they wanted to keep on staff because they were gifted and talented and had been with them for a long time, but they wanted these people. They know these people had issues and it kept flaring up at work. So all you got to do is talk to me, give me a call, look me up. You go on my website and get all of my contact information. It's AnnesiaConsulting.com. Anneshia is spelled ANNESHIA. So my website is AnnesiaConsulting.com.